hello. I'm freezing. It's a whopping 55 degrees here in South Florida.
Yeah, and it's in the 30s here, so
I can't
I
imagine.
can't hear you complain.
I can't imagine how do you layer? You need the long johns that go over your feet, like those leggings that like cover your feet.
Yeah, I do. To take out the dog, it literally takes 7 minutes to get ready. I just put on two pants, three sweaters, and a scarf and a hat. It's rainy here too.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's wild.
so my dog has been antsy.
Oh, I know, and they really love the cold weather. They like to run around.
Yeah, he wanted to go. I thought if I showed him the outside, like that it's raining and cold, he would run back in, but he wanted to keep walking.
Yeah, the dogs get excited. Lulu does that. When we go outside and it's cold, I just have to like, you egg them on a little bit. You're like, go get them or whatever. And she bolts, like she's ready to play.
Oh, yeah, my dog got the zoomies.
So, apart from being cold, I've been glued to the news for the last, since these LA fires started, which is so catastrophic. I can't even believe what I'm seeing. And it's just unbelievable.
Yeah, I saw a post that said it is the same distance that of like the Manhattan Island that the fire
Right.
covered.
Yep.
That's huge.
Well, there's still fires going on now, and I'm starting to believe it's arson.
I mean, I don't know.
There's
I don't think there's a
multiple
cause yet.
there's multiple fires going on in areas that are far away from each other. So it's not like an ember could have flown all the way to the other side of there's fires everywhere. So I don't know. I feel like maybe either the big fire started and then someone got the bright idea to eat crap and I don't know. It doesn't make sense for that there to be that many fires in so many different places, but it's awful and the poor animals and everyone like how it's crazy. All they keep showing is all the celebrity homes that have burned down.
Well, yeah, because you're not going to show random people's homes.
But I feel like that's so weird. Like stop. I don't know.
I don't know. I think it's so funny when people complain on like E or TMZ and they're like, other people's houses got destroyed too. And it's like, well, they're not going to report on a random person's house. This is literally a celebrity page.
I guess. But it's so celebrity focused. It's so weird. It is a weird thing. It's like,
I guess, but there's just so many of them that their
yeah,
house burned down.
it's wild. I wish them, I don't know how they're gonna rebuild. It's how do
Yeah, I
you
know.
even
You look at
start?
the photos and you're like, where do you even start?
Yeah. And people are like, and people get upset because everyone's coming on here. They're like, okay, where's humanity? Like these are still people. Loss is loss. It doesn't matter how much money you have, and you don't even know how much money they have because that could be all they have, and they don't have anything else or whatever. But um, it just shows like the disparity of income, like the the people that have so much money, and then the middle, and then a low, levels below them to middle class to poor, whatever. But it's like it just shows a desperation of like people are so upset because it is crazy that such a small amount of people have that much money and then everyone else kind of struggles. I don't know. I feel like I don't know what I'm trying to say is
Yeah, I
I
don't
don't know if
know.
it's coming out, but I feel like it's just like that. It's like w- it's expected for like so many people to be so upset because like such a small group of people have so much power over everything.
What?
Like they were even saying today, like there's this rich family that owns like 60% of like the water in California. There's this
That
family
is
called
affected by the fire? How is this connected to the fire?
because they have most of their water supply to use for
Oh,
their
gotcha.
business because they own all these farms.
Oh,
So they have like this underground water storage. It's just like all the corporations, like they control everything.
yeah. I don't
And
know. It's just people get so angry at successful or rich people. And we're not talking about like the billionaires of the world. Like, we're talking about just like these actors that probably don't
right.
have as much money as you think they have.
And they bought those homes like in the 1950s, 70s, 50s, whenever, like a long time ago. Or it's their
Right.
parents' house that they, or their grandparents' house that was like left to them.
Exactly. Like, this is not like eating the rich kind of moment.
Oh, for sure it's not. I mean, and people are despicable. I mean, that's why I always say you just have to like take your comments off or delete. Like people are, it shows, social media just shows like how vile people, so many people are. Not everyone, but it's
Right.
wild.
Yeah. It's disappointing.
There was
But
a
it is nice
literal,
seeing the videos of people helping and coming together, and then it puts your faith back into whoa, humanity.
I know, anytime I see something like negative like that, I just scroll right by. Because I even saw a girl straight up, her entire video was, oh, poor rich people, their houses burned down, boo hoo. It's like gross.
Yeah, it's sad.
And forget about the houses being burned down. There's people like old
Stuff is in
people,
there.
and there's animals, and the just the fear of that you might die or where you're gonna go. And it's, there's people that work in that area. They live in other areas and they go to work there because it's like more tips, more money, expensive, whatever. I mean, it affects everybody.
Right. I know
Schools,
it also affects the lower class people.
it affects everyone.
Yeah.
And those quote unquote rich people employ other people. It's just people are dumb. But we wish them the best. Like it's I hope the fire stop, because that's another thing. Even if you can rebuild, wouldn't you be scared that this happens again?
Um, yeah. I feel like it never hits the same part of California, but maybe it does. I don't know. I don't actually know the
Right.
facts, but
Yeah. Anyways, I have a little story. So I don't know if I ever told you. When I walk Lulu outside, I think I have a stalker.
oh, okay.
So I walk Lulu outside. I live in a building that's next, it's adjacent to a neighborhood that has homes, which I love because I get the building and then I have the neighborhood. So I can walk the dog, have a little bit of nature. And there's several, like I come out of the building, I can walk down and I can go left or I can go right. And there's all these homes I can go through. But usually in the morning, I go one way. And in the afternoon, I go the other way. So my afternoon walks, I go through an alley that goes through all these homes, and there's a corner home that this older guy lives in, and I think he's there with his wife. They're a very odd couple. He has like a Wonka, excuse me, and then the wife is like, I don't know, she's not very mobile. She just sits there and doesn't really, she's not very animated. But long story short, I've always said hello. And he has a dog. So of course I say hi to his dog. And I'm being perfectly nice because that's what you do when you see people. But he got a little too comfortable and he like always wanted to have conversations, asked me like where I worked and how my day was. I'm like, no, 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 no. I'm just walking by. But I would say hi to
Mm-hmm.
the dog, so it would make us talk a little more. So long story short, that's my daily routine every day, blah, blah, blah. But it got to the point that he made me uncomfortable because I would walk by, if I saw him, I'd try to like go like further away from him. I would always pretend I was on the phone. And then I would point to my ear like I'm on a call and he'd be like, "Hello, hi, hello, how are you? Hello." And I'm like, first of all, I don't owe you a hello. Like, leave me alone. And I would
Yeah.
point to my ear. And so he kept doing that more and more. And I got more and more annoyed. And then one Christmas, he runs up to me and he has a little like gift bag with chocolates.
Oh.
And he gives it to me. And I'm like, this is so, I don't want this. I don't know you. Like, all we do is say hello because I happen to pass by here. So after
Did you
that, I
take
was like,
it?
well, I didn't, of course, what am I going to do? It was just like a little box of chocolates. And I'm like, this is so bizarre. So after that, I used to walk like in front of his house. Like now I cross the street. Like I pass his house, but I keep going across the street just so like more distance. And then it got to the point that he just made me uncomfortable. And one day I was walking and I passed by him quickly, pretend I didn't see him. And I kept going. And he started to walk towards my building, like in my direction. And I walked faster and faster and faster. And I went into the back area and I saw that he was like looking in the gate. So, yeah, from that day, I never walked by his house again. I just said, you know what? Forget it. I'm not going to do this route. I'll just go the other way. I never went by his house ever again. And then I have another friend in the building that they're a couple and they have a dog, which is my dog's pretend boyfriend.
Oh my
And
God.
I told her, hey, listen, um, when you go this way, you know that guy that lives in the corner, like, does he seem odd to you? And she's like, yeah, he's a little weird. And you know what? I saw him not long ago standing outside of the house with binoculars towards the building.
Oh,
And I said, and then in my head, I'm like, wait, is that me being egotistical? Because my first instinct is he's looking to see if I'm there
right.
because I haven't been around so long.
Right. Is he weird to you or is he weird to everyone?
Is well, I don't know how he is with other people, but I think he's like that more with me. And anyway, so I'm thinking, wait, this guy's psychotic looking. Why is he looking at the building? And then I said, okay, maybe it's just in my head, because, whatever. Maybe it's just in my head, but that's my first instinct. Fast forward to now, I walk this every day. I walk my dog every freaking day. And this was months ago. Like he hasn't seen me forever. So he's probably thinking, did I move? Blah, blah, blah. I'm walking through the neighborhood. It's completely on the other side. So for him to see me walking while he's driving, he has to get in his car and go around the streets and come through like zigzags of neighborhoods. It's all homes, so there's no reason for him to be in there. I've
Mm-hmm.
never seen him ever in this side of the street. He lives all the way on the other street. So I'm walking. When I tell you I'm walking and I hear his voice from the car pull up next to me and say,
You
"Hey, hey,
stop.
stranger. Hey, beautiful. Hey, stranger."
Oh,
And I even think his wife was next to him. I think someone was in the car. And when I tell you my heart dropped because I already had that gut sixth sense feeling. I felt it. I felt him like wondering about me. I don't know how. And every time I pass, because when I would go his direction, it's like an alleyway. So when I pass that alleyway, I do it every day, but I keep going straight instead of going right. I would look down to make sure he's not standing there on the other side, like 2 blocks down.
mm-hmm.
And I just felt it. I had a sixth sense, and I'm like, I felt him like creeping around. And the car showed up, and he did that, and I just bolted. I pretended I didn't see him, and I bolted.
You
Then
just like
when
walked quickly
I walked
away.
quickly. So, yeah, I walked quickly because he was coming towards me, and I was like I'm walking, and he's going like past me.
Gotcha.
So I walk. So I keep walking, and he circles around and comes again, and starts and like from the corner block is like, hey, hey. I kept walking. I just kept walking, and I went and I just ignored him, and I went in the building. And then the next day, the same thing.
Wait, he was
I
on
don't.
that street, same street again?
Yeah.
Oh
And he yells at me from the car, like he's like, "Hey, hey, stranger."
my God. You have a stalker.
My stomach. I've never been the same since. I'm like, I don't want to go out at the same times. I'm like, what's my strategy? Like, what do I do? This is like stalking. Like, this is what people do. That it's like, it's not like I can call the cops, but it's like eerie
Right.
enough that it's like freaking me out.
Right. Like there's signals and signs that this isn't okay, but you can't report it because it's not enough.
Right.
And you can't really tell him off because you don't want to upset him, but you can't be nice because then he's going to keep coming.
I could tell him off
Right.
because
But
it's
like
so
you don't know if he'll
inappropriate,
react.
but I don't want to. I just don't
Yeah.
even want to look his direction.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
So,
no. First of all, you need to walk around with a weapon of some sort,
well,
like mace or something. No, like protection.
I don't think he's gonna come out and like pull me in the car. It's so violating like my personal space, and for him to be so egregious,
Yeah.
it's like women cannot just live their lives. Like it's so only a guy would do that.
And in front of his wife too, like no shame.
Oh, no shame. And I think she's like either like has a health issue or I don't know what's going on because she always seems like half not there. And he's gross. He has like a messed up eye. He's gross. I had a gut feeling, and that's why I stopped walking in front of his house when I
But
did.
now he found the other street you're walking on, so where are you supposed to walk?
Well, I didn't see him today, but I did go at another time
Mm,
on purpose.
yeah.
But I swear to God, if I'm out there and he passes, I'm gonna keep walking and ignore him just like I did that. I'm not gonna even look.
Yeah, maybe he'll get the hint.
Cause yeah, that's all I can do is just not look and pretend like literally ignore him. And if what is he gonna do? Just park the car and get out? Cause then they'll call the cops.
Right.
So
But yeah, just
that's
keep doing that
interesting.
until he doesn't want to participate in this anymore.
Jesus, it's so crazy.
I know, you're
I've
just on a
never
walk and a man is just inviting himself over when you clearly don't want to talk, like they don't care.
That's what I'm saying. Like it's so not fair that women cannot just live their lives in peace.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus.
Like, not even embarrassed that you don't want to talk to him.
He's not embarrassed. It's really crazy. But this is how those little, things start. You have to be vigilant.
Well, yeah, now you have to be aware every time you leave your apartment.
And I'm gonna tell that lady and that couple like what he did just in case I need witnesses.
Right. Exactly, because if something does happen and there's a trail that you've like said stuff before.
Yeah. Okay, moving on. You and your Martha Stewart era. Um, did you see Meghan Markle has a new Martha Stewart type show coming out on Netflix?
Oh, really? Is it about like home stuff?
It's all about home stuff, her gardening, her
Oh,
recipes,
wow.
her home life. It's everyone's having backlash. It's on January 15th on Netflix. What was the name of it? I forgot. Um, everyone is saying like they're annoyed because it's not shot in her home. It's like a set at
Oh,
another home, like a rented home.
what?
And the reason they're like, this is so not authentic is because she's talking about her gardening. But if the gardening is not her garden, like Martha Stewart, when she shows you stuff, it's her actual garden.
Right. It's her home, it's her garden. This is everything she does, she always does something a little wrong.
Well, like Martha Stewart had a cooking show, and obviously that's a cooking kitchen set, but she's cooking. But if she's showing you her garden, it's her garden. I don't know.
Right, like you don't think she goes to that spot to take care of the garden.
Right. So, anyways, it's called With Love. Um,
Mm,
I thought I got excited. I'm definitely gonna watch anyways, but I wish it would have been a little more authentic
did you
and
ever
like
hear
her
her
actual.
podcast that she came out with a while ago?
No, I never did.
Yeah, I heard it was really bad. It was like very scripted. So I'm sure this might be like very scripted unless she learned her lesson.
It must have been really bad because it got canceled so quickly,
Yeah.
even after all like that money and stuff.
Yeah, they really haven't found their footing. I wonder if Harry's gonna be in it at all.
I don't think so. He might make a pop in once, but no, it's like her show with like her friends. I think even like a ex coworker, co-star.
Yeah. Isn't she the one who wanted like a private life?
I don't know. I like Megan. I've always liked her since Suits, but I mean, I like her work.
Yeah.
Um, I said it, remember I said it from the beginning when she got with him and then that started to happen. I said she planned this from day one. She was never going to stay there
Yeah.
in the royal family, but I'm going to watch it. We'll recap later after we watch it. Another thing I saw was Chloe's new podcast, Chloe Kardashian, just launched her first episode.
Oh yeah, how's that? I haven't
It
seen it.
it streams on Twitter for the first 24 hours and then you can find it wherever you get podcasts. It's called Chloe in Wonderland. So it's just
Interesting
her.
name.
I know, Wonderland.
Yeah, I don't know. Unless there's something I don't know, but very random.
It's just her talking to Scott Disick. And what I liked about it is that it was just like a chill conversation. They talked about memories and like his drinking and what he thinks about a girlfriend. It was more like Scott, I appreciated like the different angles of like what he felt about how he drank too much and dating today and his kids and how he feels about them and stuff like that. Chloe, it was a cool conversation. I hope going forward, which I don't think will happen, like they don't, she does, like Scott opened up, but she doesn't really open up about her life type of
Mm,
thing. Like
yeah,
it doesn't feel she goes deep or anything, you know?
yeah, I feel like she never does.
No, she doesn't.
Like on the show either.
Yeah. It's very surface.
Yeah. And so her podcast, does she talk about it in the first episode, like what it's going to be about?
She said that she did a poll of like what guests that people want to see, and Scott was the number one.
Hmm.
So I guess that's why she brought him on. But I don't recall her saying who else, like any teasers of who else might be.
Gotcha. Hmm. I mean,
But
I like
so
Chloe, so
I
hoping
like her,
for the
but
best.
not. I like her, but not for podcasts. Like already, like my hopes are not too high. I
Hmm.
gotta see what other kind of guest she has and what the conversation is. Like, if she's just gonna be interviewing celebrities, to me, that's not interesting because it's just not. And she's not a
Yeah,
great
and I could see
interviewer.
her like not asking good questions.
She's not a good interviewer. I already saw her show she had, Cocktails with Chloe. It's very boring and superficial.
Yeah, it would be
Also,
very surface level.
they don't talk about pop culture, which is always fun to talk about. So she
Right,
could
but
get
they
away
are
with
pop
it.
culture.
No, I'm saying like exactly. So they're not going to give opinions on other people because then that gets them in trouble. Like they're too guarded with their what they can say, what they can't say. So it's not,
Exactly. Everything is like planned and scripted. They have
which
like too many
doesn't,
boundaries.
yeah, that doesn't lead to a good audio. So I don't know. We'll see. I'll keep watching and see if it gets any better.
Yeah, you consume all the content. Let me know.
Oh my God. Paige and Craig broke up. I don't think we talked about it on air.
Ugh.
Um, when she announced it, it was obvious she broke up with him because she was too calm about it and saying how great he was. So she broke up with him.
Right, her trying to say it's a mutual. And then
But
he finally comes out that he was blindsided.
yeah, he came out and put a story up. He basically said that she broke up with him out of nowhere right before Christmas.
Right.
And
I
people
know. And
expect
he definitely was blindsided because there was an interview of him and he was pretty much saying that they were going to get engaged soon.
right, I saw that. I saw that he was talking to someone to, their plans. And
Hmm.
so with that, people are speculating that she feared he was going to propose in
Uh,
Christmas time, and that's why she did it.
Honestly, yeah,
That
I
makes
could see that
sense.
being the reason.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense because she'd rather break up with him than reject him.
Right.
Wow, the pressure.
Yeah. I mean, everyone kind of saw this coming.
I
And
mean,
it's
I think
funny
she did
because
the right
literally the
thing.
whole internet was not shocked.
She literally did the right thing because he probably was going to propose, and I think it's better to be broken up with than proposing
Yeah,
and
instead
being
of stringing
rejected.
him along, she probably would have felt bad to say no. She probably would have said yes and then waited a little and then broke it off. Like
No, she
it
was going to
needed to
say no.
happen.
She was not going to say yes. No way. It's better to be broken up with than like being told no.
Yeah, definitely. It's
And
just
then
she needs a New York man.
everyone's saying she's going to get with like a rich, either an athlete or like some millionaire guy or
I
something.
think like some millionaire New York finance guy.
Yeah.
I think that's what she wants.
What a shame.
I know.
They made the cutest couple.
I did you see Andy on Bravo and
Mm-hmm.
his tribute to them? It was so cute.
Yeah, Andy's probably in love with Craig. Everyone's in love with Craig because he's like
No,
so cute.
he's such a cutie. He's
They
gonna
were
be a
saying
great dad.
his ex-girlfriend Naomi, they were saying that she's supporting him through this time. It's like, oh, people are so annoying.
Oh, does she want to get back with him?
I would put 100% she wants to get back with him. She's always wanted to get back with him. Does he want to get back with her? I don't know about that.
Right, because I think well, I actually don't know why they broke up in the first place, but I think a lot of it was because like he didn't have the sewing business yet, so he kind of seemed like a bum, right?
Yeah.
And now he's like super successful and everyone loves him. I mean, there's an eligible bachelor out there now. I can't
So
wait to see who he dates.
his friend on the show on Southern Charm, Shep, they were talking about because Southern Charm is going on right now currently, and in the episode they're all complaining because Craig doesn't want to go out with them anymore and he doesn't call enough or hang out enough. So Shep is like, you know, he has his business, but you think he's back there sewing those pillows? He doesn't even pay attention. His business partner does everything. He acts like he's
No.
Shep is such a dick, but it's so funny.
Seriously.
But he's like, he's not the one back there. He's on his phone. He's not even paying attention. And he acts like he works so hard. And it's like, okay, I'm happy for your success, but stop acting like you don't have time to hang out with us.
I'm sure, isn't Shep another bum?
So Shep is, I don't know, you want to, a Nepo baby is like celebrities, right? Or is that just
E
money?
I think celebrities, but I don't know. I think celebrities.
Well, he comes from money. So basically, he's like a trust fund baby, they
Just,
call
yeah.
him.
Mm-hmm.
And so he's always lived off of his parents. So he's like the biggest spoiled brat, and that's why he has such an elitist attitude, and everyone hates him for it. But I think he's working on it. So that's basic. I mean, he might have some businesses and stuff, but it's not really his hard-earned like
Right.
stuff.
Like he actually doesn't, like he's saying Craig doesn't, but he actually doesn't put in
Right.
much effort.
Yes,
And
exactly.
he has stuff to fall back on, so he can just go
Right.
out and party.
Yeah. And then Craig opened up a new restaurant with his other co-star and friend Austin,
Oh, what's it called?
by the way, which I'm obsessed with that name.
By the way.
Yes.
Interesting.
So they opened up it's in Charleston, which it's fabulous. And I've heard so many people say that it's such a good vibe. It's like nice and roomy. You don't feel all claustrophobic. It feels like a New York, like very classy, cool vibe. And that the food's really good and like they highly recommend it.
Nice. I need to visit Charleston.
You know what's funny? We do need to. That's going to be our next trip because I need to go. I've always wanted to go. I can't believe I've never been. And I did notice when they had the opening of the restaurant that Paige wasn't there.
Wait, that what?
Paige Paige didn't go to the opening of the restaurant, and I thought that was weird.
Oh, because that's when they were breaking up, I guess.
Probably.
Oh, so he like just opened it.
He just opened it.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully he's too busy to think about the breakup.
Well, I doubt it, but he's going through it, but he'll be fine.
I mean, it does help that they're long distance, so they weren't around each other much anyways.
Well, in his little clip, he said, I went from talking to my best friend all day, every day to like, she's gone. That's what he said.
Oh.
He's like, she's just
And
gone.
Paige is entertaining.
Oh my God. I know. I've always said, I heard someone say, I think I forgot who said this, but I'm like, that makes so much sense. It's like, you think, you're going on all these quote unquote great dates, but like you're the party. Like you bring the party with you. It's not like the guy didn't entertain you. It's like you're the fun. Like you bring it wherever you go.
Well, yeah, that's why they say, like, on the first couple of dates, if you know you're the fun, like, you need to cool it down a little and see if they can bring the fun
Right, because
and see if you actually like them. Is it fun or were you fun?
that's exactly the point that this person was making. It's like, I'm gonna have fun no matter where I'm at. So where are you involved in this?
Right.
That's so funny.
But yeah, I am very sad, but I do want to hear now Paige's dating stories as she gets
And then
back out there.
they were spreading a rumor that she was cheating on him, which she she put a comment on the person saying, "I'll see you in court." Like, you're so dumb, like so stupid. It's not
I
true.
don't think that happened.
No, it was with that guy. She said his name because she addressed it. She's like, I called him and said, I'm so sorry that these rumors are going around. Like, I don't know where this came from. And he said, F yeah. He's like, I'm down. But yeah,
Oh
so
my
obviously
gosh.
it wasn't true.
She's
She
too much
doesn't,
of like a sleepy girl. She doesn't want to do that.
and I don't think she would want to do that to him. It's like not, she didn't hate him. Like,
Right, they actually liked each other, I think.
yeah, and she's not like an a-hole, so she's not gonna do that. She doesn't look like a cheater anyways, but like she didn't hate him enough. Like she'd probably do it to a guy she can't stand or something.
Right, like I feel like she's somewhat respected him enough.
Totally. Um, I want to tell you about this thing I saw in the airport. Have you heard of half off flights?
I don't know. No.
Okay, this is wild. So during Christmas time, a few people, not just one, got to the airport for the flight they booked through like quote unquote half off flights, and they got arrested at the airport for being involved and purchasing the half off flight, because what people were doing is like they would advertise through where, I don't know, like what website, and they would offer the flights for half price. What they did is pay full price with somebody's stolen credit card, and then they would collect half of the flight price from the person.
Oh.
So when they got to the airport, it's like fraud, and they got arrested.
Did these people know?
No,
Oh.
they just think it's a site that's offering half off flights somehow.
Oh my God, that's crazy. These scammers are getting interesting.
So crazy.
They're getting really creative.
But you got to think that's too good to be true. I mean, I have questions like, how did they pay? What was like, what did it look like?
Probably enter in their credit card information and then those people behind the computer get the two cards
Well, no, they
and pay
didn't.
for the actual flight.
The people didn't steal from the people paying half off. They already had a stolen credit card to do
I
the scam.
know.
Oh,
They
yeah,
had to pay for half of it.
right. I don't know what they did, but I thought that was so crazy. I'm like, can you imagine?
I know, like you didn't even know about it. You're just
Just
getting
you,
arrested. Getting arrested at the airport must be so scary. You're like,
if
what did I
something,
do?
if something seems, you know what it is though? They probably paid an individual, and that was your first sign to like not go forward.
I guess. I don't know. These scammers are getting good. Especially like older people who don't really know technology well. I'm sure they
Yeah,
just saw a website and they're like, okay.
just go the regular route.
Yeah.
It's not worth it.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy.
Okay, Grace O'Malley, Brianna Chicken Fry, which the other day I saw like a clip of her doing like different photos, and I'm like, oh my gosh, you guys really do look alike.
Oh my gosh. She says this
When
every time.
when she puts her hair back in a ponytail and she does a certain like, I was like, oh my gosh, we got to do a side by side.
Okay.
So her ex best friend, which hopefully one day they reunite, that girl Grace O'Malley, she really does have a way of putting her foot in her mouth, or like kind of twisting words to make. Remember when she said, oh, like she made it sound like she got fired, but she quit?
Yeah.
So now she went on somebody's podcast and basically was telling him that she literally like didn't get paid shit. Like she got paid very little for being on the podcast with Brianna. So Dave Portnoy got pissed. He's like, he came out, he's like, listen, I don't know what the hell the deal is here, but like, I'm just gonna tell you what she got paid, because all this like innuendo of back and forth and like the shady crap, like I'm not into it. Like I think she got paid very well. She literally was a nobody when she came. Brianna brought her in. For somebody that just started, now everyone knows her name because of what they went through. They didn't know her before. So she basically had a 3-year contract. She got paid $175,000 a year base as a nobody.
Yeah, I don't know how much people usually get paid in the podcast world, so I don't know, but I feel like that's fair.
They don't get paid that when they're literally no one.
Right.
So that was her base though. She got that plus 70% of whatever advertising or merch or whatever. So she basically got like a quarter of a million, like 275 or something a
Oh.
year or more. So she's basically on this podcast acting like she didn't get paid.
Why do people turn into that? Like, I don't understand. Someone signs you, like Dave Portnoy, and helps you, and that's how you repay them. I don't understand people.
Yeah, because she does it in a way that she doesn't say it, but she makes it look like that.
Yeah.
And it's like he's like, you can't compare yourself. Brianna had a huge following. Like she was already somebody when she brought you on. Like she had two podcasts. Like you can't compare yourself to her.
This is why you don't work with your friends.
I know.
Look what happens. Is she still signed with Unwell Network,
I
Alex
think
Cooper?
I think so.
That's interesting. I feel like Grace isn't. I heard she wasn't really that great on the podcast, so for her to get signed there is kind of crazy.
I think she was good. I mean, they were just friends. Like it's just like you and I talking right now. I'm just talking
Yeah, but
crap.
for her to have her own podcast and get signed to like a huge network.
I believe she said on that same podcast that she was talking about her pay. I think she said, you know what else she said? Wait, before I say that. She's 26, right?
Mm-hmm.
She's never had a boyfriend.
Whoa.
So
Just commitment issues?
I don't know. She just maybe some people just don't really care until like later on in life.
Yeah.
Um, so she's never had a boyfriend, and then he was asking her like what she's looking for, what her type is, stuff like that. So that's why she mentioned that. And then she also mentioned that her podcast at the beginning is gonna quote unquote be like interviews. So everyone she brings on the podcast is gonna be kind of like an interview to be her co-host,
Oh,
which
it's
I
kind
don't
of
know.
interesting.
Yeah, I don't know how that works.
Okay. She's just saying if she vibes well with people
I guess.
who she vibes the best with.
Yeah,
Hmm.
her accent, her and Brianna's like they're from I don't know where they're from, Boston or like something. Like they have that heavy accent. It's nice. It's fun to listen to.
I've never seen a video. Sorry. I've never seen a video of her, actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You've
I
never
just
seen
know
a
what she
clip?
looks like.
Well, remember Nick and Sandy from the Ultimatum?
Yeah.
You know that they lied about how long they were together before the show?
Was it shorter?
They said they were together for 3 years, and in reality, they dated literally on and off for two, and probably were more off than on.
Is it more just to get on the show?
Yeah,
Oh my gosh.
they
They
admitted
don't vet
this.
these people very well.
They don't vet them. I don't know how you vet that, but yeah, they don't vet them pretty well because they admitted this on the Vile Files.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't like vet these people at all.
I mean, I guess it's hard to like, who's going to confirm how long they've been dating, you know?
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know either.
And now the
But
show is just people wanting to get famous.
I know. So, did you finish the Squid Games or no?
No, I told you I haven't started it.
Okay, so we'll talk about that another time. I finished season two. I'm ready for season three. I have thoughts, but
Do you have anything new to say about Blake Lively?
the Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni situation makes me sad. Every time I think about it, I just think what a shame that they ruined this amazing two-book series.
I know. Sad that our book had to go down with them.
And people have so many opinions, and we're not going to really know.
Yeah, into
They,
the trial.
and they say that could be years. There's so many lawsuits and so many whatever. It takes the California one's gonna that could take forever. The New York one will be faster because I guess their process is faster, but it's gonna be a lot of like new information and see when they fill in the gaps when they talk, and then I don't know.
I mean, Justin Baldoni came with receipts, like real receipts. So now Blake Lively looks not too good.
So tell
The
me
fact that
something.
she altered texts is crazy, knowing he has the other side of the text.
So what do you if she's, let's hypothetically say that what would be her reasoning for doing this if none of that's, you know?
I think she's power hungry,
Do
and
you though? Why would
yes,
she? She's not known for, they live pretty private lives, right? Her and Ryan Reynolds. They're not known for being like all up in everyone's face and stuff. Like why? They have like 4 kids. She just had her last one not long ago. Like why would they want to do this and be
well,
so
because her reputation was going down, so now she wants to bring down his reputation.
right? But let's say that's true, right? So why would she risk going through all this knowing like what her proof is not real is, I guess, what
Well,
I'm saying.
I saw someone say she probably has a bunch of yes people around her, and so she wanted to do a nasty lawsuit and alter the text. So people were just like, yeah, sure, let's do it because she has yes people around her. Also, she probably thinks she's so powerful in Hollywood that he wasn't gonna fight back,
That's possible, but also very ignorant. I don't know.
right? But that happens to powerful people sometimes. They think they can't be touched.
Yeah. Some people are saying she caught feelings for him.
Okay, that's a huge stretch. That's ridiculous.
So can I tell you, I can almost agree with that. I
Oh
don't know.
God.
I definitely think, and that's, I don't think that's why she would have done the lawsuit, but I think like separately, I do think she liked him. I don't know why. It's just like a gut feeling. I
It's a
don't know.
wild take.
So you know sometimes like you have a partner, right? So she goes to work and she's kissing this guy and dealing with him and he gets on her nerves and like sometimes when guys get on your nerves if you actually kind of like them too. Like you
Yeah.
can't stand them but you like them.
Yeah.
So she could have totally had a baby crush on him. She's like, "God, I got to go home to my husband. Like I'm thinking about this guy. I don't know, like he drives me crazy but I like his vibe." Like I think she had a, I'm not going to say I think she did. I said I think it's possible that she could have had a baby crush on him and then it's like all in your mind, you know? And then because of that, and then they were like bumping heads because they couldn't like agree on things and she wanted to take over, like it like escalated. I don't know.
I'm not even gonna entertain this because that's a wild theory.
It's not wild. This happens more than you think.
Okay.
Because she will die before ever admitting that because it's all in her head. It's like one of those things that women go through or men too sometimes. Like it's just like this back and forth in your head. You don't want to like them, but you do, and like you'll never admit it because it's crazy, but like it's true.
Okay.
I'm saying it's possible.
Well, what I think is actually real is that she thought she couldn't be touched and her reputation was on the line. And so she was bringing him down to discredit or like take away all of the focus on her. And I think that makes more sense.
Totally. And then her ex co-star from Gossip Girl was at the Golden Globe. Oh, let's talk about the Golden Globes.
Oh, yeah.
So she was at the Golden Globes with her hot AF husband, Adam Brody, that was in that movie Nobody Wants This, which I don't think you've seen and you need to go watch.
Okay.
It's really good on Netflix. That's season 1, they're gonna have a season 2. It's really funny. Like if you want to laugh and watch something that's really good, watch that. Um,
Okay.
so Adam Brody and her, and so their house got burned down in the fires, which how sad. But the Golden Globes, Nikki Glazer opened it up and she was so freaking funny, per usual.
Yeah, she is the it girl right now for comedy.
She was so funny and she has a really good talent of like making people laugh and like she does like cutting jokes that are like, I'm trying not to say like so much and I'm listening to myself say it. She says such jokes that are really funny and they're witty and they're insulting as they should be because that's what a joke is, but she doesn't take it far enough for it to be like piss people off, and
Right. She knows the
that's a
line.
talent. Yeah. And then she goes on Howard Stern after and tells you all the jokes that she wanted to say but didn't.
Oh,
So the jokes still get out there, like on Howard Stern, but she's not saying them. It's
right.
funny. I like that.
Very funny.
I like that, but the women's outfits, like there were just like maybe five that I really liked, and the rest were like, eh. The men were dressed amazing. I've never looked at an award show and like even noticed what the guys are wearing, and this award show, the guys were dressed amazing. Like
Yeah, they're very snazzy and they actually try because I feel like guys usually wear the same thing.
I was so into it. There were so many good outfits, so many colors, so many details, and like none of it looked silly. It was like really good.
Right. Yeah, no, I agree. The guys
They
really showed out.
they ate the women for dinner. I was
That's very
obsessed.
rare.
Ariana Grande was there with her boyfriend.
Yes. Her
Did,
hair finally looks normal with her skin tone. It's like a little darker blonde.
she's doing the Nicole Kidman skin tone.
The pale?
Yeah, that like milky
Yeah,
porcelain,
yeah.
that milky porcelain look. But did you see the Ariana Grande's boyfriend? I forgot his name. His ex-wife came out with like a statement,
Same.
like how hard it was for her, what she went through, and like she never thought.
Oh, like seeing all the wicked stuff
Yeah,
is like hard for her because it
hard.
reminds her of that time.
Yeah, and like apparently I think she's like a therapist or psychiatrist, and her business has suffered. Like people don't go to her because of what
Oh.
happened. Yeah, she wrote this whole thing.
Oh my God. Poor girl.
Yeah. I'm not laughing. I'm just, you know, she's entitled to her feelings, and obviously that's a very hard thing to go through. But at the same token, you know how I feel. Like I think everyone has a right to break up.
Yeah, I guess, but like Ariana Grande's only gonna date him until she's done with Wicked, and then she'll find someone else.
Okay, what if they stay together for a long time?
But they won't.
But they can. I don't think Ariana's what people make her out to be.
Oh gosh, I
I really
can't with
don't.
you.
I don't think she sees someone with someone and she's like, I'm gonna break them up. Watch
Really,
this.
because it happened 5 other times, so it's
I
just a
don't
coincidence.
Did it happen 5 other times?
Yes, for it's a fact. It happened 5 other times.
Well, I don't know.
Every other one of her other boyfriends has been because she took them from some other girl. Like they were actively dating someone else. That's
Interesting.
why people are saying this. It's not just because he did it one time.
I'd have to research these allegations.
Look it up.
What about that guy Mac Miller?
It happened with him too.
Hmm. Um, okay, we're almost out of time, but I wanted to ask you, do you know what Jellycat is?
Why does that sound somewhat familiar?
So they're these squishable little like plush toys, and they're a company out of London, and they've blown up recently, and they've blown up so much that not only kids love it, but adults love it. And um it's really cute because it's like you think, okay, it's just like another plush toy, like a, a little stuffy, but they're so aesthetically like I see it and I want one. Like they're so cute and they come in like oh my God, I can't say stop saying like. They come in really modern designs like a latte, a cake, a pepper, like all these things. It's just really cute and they're limited designs. So people buy them and they're not cheap. They're super like pricey, like $65, $50, $75. Like it's not cheap. And so people are buying them as collectibles because once they stop making them, they'll be worth money.
Which is crazy to me.
And they have a Jellycat cafe inside the FAO Schwartz toy store in New York.
Oh, cute.
So cute. And if you go to TikTok and you search Jellycat Cafe in New York, you're going to see the video of the experience. It's adorable. So you need a reservation. You can walk in and shop. You don't have to stand in the line to shop. But if you want to do the quote unquote experience, you make a reservation. The line's out the door, and you walk in with your kids or whatever. You pick which one you want, and they have like, it looks like a cafe. So you're ordering your cheeseburger, your whatever you're ordering, and they put it on the fake frying pan, and they cook up your thing and they put it in a really cute wrappy with the sticker. It's like a whole experience, and then the lady's talking all these nice things. It's really
And
cute.
this is for adults too.
Well, the cafe is like, for kids, but adults are purchasing these things because they like them, because they have yoga, and it has all this like millennial type, like, I don't know what you would call it.
Oh, wow.
I thought it was interesting. It's super popular.
Wow. You never know what people are going to be into.
It's so creative. Like, I love it. Like, I really like the designs. I think they're adorable.
They are pretty cute.
You're looking at
I'm
them?
looking at them.
They're adorable.
You're just going to have like a bunch of stuffed animals though.
No, I would have, that's something I would put like on my work desk, or I don't know, on your bed if it's something you're into. I just think they're cute. I wouldn't decorate my house with them.
Yeah, they are cute though.
And
Oh,
they're
they have bag
super,
charms.
yeah, they have like a wrapper, like a crossover crossbody like purse. I think it's
Oh,
adorable.
it is very cute, their designs.
I saw them when I was looking on Amazon once. I'm like, oh, that's cute. Before I even knew what Jellycat was, I saw it, and I would be drawn to it because I thought that they were super cute. But I didn't know they were so popular. I thought, Amazon has all these weird brand names. I thought it was just like a weird, brand name that has like plush toys. But I actually love the design, so I would look at them. And then when I saw Jellycat was all the rage, I was like, wait, that's the same thing I saw on Amazon before I knew it was popular.
Very cool.
Very, very cool. Okay, well, that's all we have for you.
Alrighty.
See you next time. Bye.
Bye.